Hello my dear students and welcome to English Grammar, and in this session I'll be teaching you letter writing. Have you ever written any letter to anyone? No, I'm sure, because nowadays you don't have that habit of writing letters. But children, I tell you, if you write a letter to your relatives or especially to your grandparents, it would be a moment to cherish because they would love reading it. Even if someone has written a letter to you, and if you read that letter again and again, you really enjoy that moment. Since nowadays we are in the computer era, so that letter writing practice has been changed to email writing, that is electronic mail. But nowadays this letter writing is still going on when you write it to your officials and all. So that is still there. So because of all that things, you will be learning how to write letter, and it's a very important aspect. Even in the school, that electronic mail email system has not that practiced. We still have letter. You write leave letter, applications to your principal. So that practice is still going on, and if you write that letter to your relatives also, it would be wonderful because they love reading that line again and again. It gives a completely different feeling. So in this session, in letter writing, we will be learning about two main types of letters. Two main types of letters. One is formal. Another one is informal. Okay, one is formal way of writing, another one is informal way of writing. And what is formal way of writing? And it is written to officials. Okay, as the name suggests, formal. Okay, you have to be very formal with such people. You cannot be close. Okay, there is always a distance which has to be maintained. So such is official letters, or we can call it as formal letters, which you write to your principal, your class teacher, the newspaper editor, or any other officials of any department. Now informal letters means you can be very informal with them. That is when you write it to your relatives and friends. Okay, so when I say relatives, your father, mother, brother, sister, grandparents, they all come under relatives, and friends, those who are so close to you. So this is the basic form of letters. It is divided into two, that is formal and informal, official letters and the letter which you can write to your close ones. Informal letters that we write for our relatives. Okay, we write this letter for our relatives. Now children, format always remains the same. Whether you go to any other class or whether you are doing the job, whatever it is, the format remains the same. And children, whenever you write letter, it should be very neatly written. Okay, the page should be taken one full page. If you are tearing that page from any book, see to it that you have all smooth edges. Okay, don't remove uneven, and if it has come out the uneven edges, remove it and change that paper. Okay, chalega attitude you should never have, because whenever you write a letter and when that person receives your letter, it makes an impression. Okay, the way you write the letter marks your personality. So always try to write the letter in a very neat paper with good handwriting. I am not saying beautiful handwriting, but good handwriting. So this is the format of informal letters that you are writing for your relatives. So first comes your address. Okay, now I have written one just address just like that, 45 Linking Road. This is the writer's address. Okay, you know, in some letters you would have seen that they even write pin code. Now pin code is not that necessary. It's optional. If you want, you can write pin code, and if you don't want, it's okay. So basic address should be there, because pin code should be there on the envelope. In the letter, if it is not there, it's okay. And after that you will be leaving one line, and then comes the date. Okay, you can write any date. I'm just writing roughly, I'm just writing 20th of July, 21st, that is the date. So after each this content, you will be leaving a line. See, these dash signifies that you have to leave a line in between. First address, leave a line, date, leave a line, and then comes salutation. Dear mother, dear father, dear son, dear daughter, or dear best friend. So all these things, what you write is your salutation. And then comes the body of the letter. Okay, jo tum likhte ho, how are you, I hope you're fine. So all that comes in the body of the letter. Now it's up to you that you can write 2 paragraphs, you can write 3 paragraphs. So at least 2 paragraphs should be there. One is of asking about their health and all, that comes one, and then remaining other paragraph you can write about for what reason you are writing this letter, and finally conclude by giving a regarding message. Convey my regards to your parents, convey my regards to your grandparents, okay, like that. Then again you will be leaving a line, you will be writing your loving daughter, or you can write yours affectionately. So when you write yours, no apostrophe should be there. Okay. Here S, no dot. Either you write your loving daughter, and if you are not writing so big, just write yours affectionately and see to it that there is no apostrophe S. If you write, it's wrong. Then write your name, and that is your signature. Now let's study about formal letters that is written for officials. As I said, principal, vice principal, class teacher, to the editor, or to the municipal corporation. So for all these purposes, we write formal letters, and this is the format for formal letters. We start with writer's address. Now since it is formal, in this you need to write your complete address including your PIN code. Leave a line, and then you will be writing the date, and the format for the date is like this. You will write, for example, 20th July 21, that is the date. Leave a line, and then comes the address of the receiver or the person to whom you are writing this letter. So the editor, write the complete address, New Delhi. If you have PIN code, do mention the PIN code also here. So that is the receiver's address. Again leave a line, then dear sir or ma'am, that is salutation. Since you are studying in a convent school, so here you addresses to principal who is a priest. So you will write dear father, and this is the full form, FR. And if you are writing it to your vice principal, and you know the vice principal is a sister, so you write dear sister. And how you write? Sister Claret, Father Joby. This is how you write. Okay, so the salutation will be dear Father Joby if you are writing it to the principal, and if you are writing it to the vice principal, you will write dear Sister Claret. So here you will write dear Father Joby, principal, then down you will write St.Xaviers High School, you will write the address, and then comes salutation. Here you will write dear Father Joby. And if you are writing to vice principal, dear Sister Claret, vice principal, St.Xaviers High School, so on, and here you will write dear Sister Claret. Okay, you never use sir or ma'am who is a priest or a nun. And after that you will leave a line, and this is the main important aspect. You will be writing subject in formal letter. That is very important, because the person who receives, he or she should immediately come to know that for what purpose that person has written. And since they are always busy, see to it that you don't exaggerate that letter. It should be short and sweet. So subject, that is the topic, then again leave a line, and here maximum 3 paragraphs should be there. Okay, and in between each paragraph you will be leaving a line. Is it clear? And after that comes the subscription, that you write yours faithfully, yours obediently, and leave a line and write your name. And if you have any designation, do mention that. But children, one thing you always remember, to whomsoever and whenever you write, it should be very neat and tidy. First impression is the last impression. Quickly revise the formats of both the letters, starting with informal letter, which is written to your relatives. You start with writer's address, leave a line, then comes your date, leave a line, comes your salutation, and then comes the body of the letter, then comes subscription, that is your loving son or yours affectionately, leave a line, and comes the signature. Now this is the format of formal letter which you are written for official matters. Okay, so all the official letters are formal letters. So this is the format: writer's address, including the pin code. Pin code is optional in informal letter, but here it is compulsory. Leave a line comes date, after date leave a line again. Then you have to write address of the person or firm receiving the letter. So you can see the complete address here. Leave a line comes salutation, dear sir or ma'am. Even I said dear father, dear sister, that is written for a priest or a nun. Then leave a line, then comes the first paragraph, that is the identity purpose of writing, that who you are. Myself so and so, residing in this area, I have so and so problem. So the first one is you have to express the identity of yourself. Then comes the second paragraph, that is highlighting the problem, its cause and effect. And the third paragraph, that is to suggest a possible solution, hoping that authorities will consider it. Leave a line, then comes your subscription, yours faithfully. And children, see there is no apostrophe S. Then leave a line, write your name, that is your signature. Leave a line, and if you have designation of so and so office, if you don't have, then you can write a concerned citizen. So for your first semester, we have so many letters, 4 only. First one is write a letter to your friend describing your trekking camp. You know, it's an informal letter because it's to a friend. Write a letter to your friend again, apologizing for the argument you had and offering a hand of friendship again, informal letter. Write a letter to your principal requesting him to organize a study tour to Delhi. It's a formal letter. Write a letter to the president of school council requesting him to organize an orchestra to collect fund for flood victims. It's a formal letter. And school council means, you know, you have your red house, blue house, so they are the school council members. So let's begin with the first letter. Write a letter to your friend describing your trekking camp. It's an informal letter. You will first write your address, leave a line, write the date, leave a line, then comes the salutation, write dear friend so and so or my dear friend, leave a line, and then you will write I have been long time since I wrote. Okay, it has been a long time since I wrote. I want to tell you about my trekking camp experience. I went trekking to Manali with 6 of my friends during the winter break. It was a 7-day trip. We went by train and reached there by the next day evening. We reached out in the woods. Woods means forest. The night sky was mostly clear and we enjoyed the beauty of the moon and the stars. It was wonderful to see thousands of stars in a clear sky. We sat around the campfire and told stories and jokes. We went for long walks and trekking. The natural beauty of this place is really breathtaking. There are pine trees all around and a small river flows, winding its way. Okay, ऐसे टेढ़ा जाते हैं ना hills में. So that is winding its way through the valleys and hills. I love the peace and calm and did not miss TV or the hustle and bustle of the city, and I definitely did not get bored. It was really a great time for all of us. I wish you were there with us, your friend, and write your name. That's the subscription. Second is write a letter to your friend apologizing to the argument you had and offering a hand of friendship again. It's an informal letter. So you will write your address, leave a line, write the date, leave a line, and dear friend's name. Hello, how are you? I hope that you are in good mood. My friend, I'm very sorry for my rude behavior. I should not have argued with you in front of the whole class for such a silly matter. I know I have put all the blame on you as I wanted to prove that I am right, but the truth was that I was lying to myself. Our friendship is too valuable to me. You are such a caring and understanding person. I don't want to lose my good friend. So please accept my apology. I hope you have forgiven me, and I promise I would never behave the same. Tomorrow I'll give you samosa treat in canteen as a goodwill gesture. You can change to something else also. Give my regards to auntie and uncle, your friend, and write your name. Now write a letter to your principal requesting him to organize a study tour to Delhi. It's a formal letter, so write your name and then write class and section. Date, leave a line, the principal, AL. St.Xaviers High School, Ward 3B, Adipur, and the pin code. Respected father, or even you can write, dear Father Joby. Both ways correct. Subject, request for organizing a study tour to Delhi. We learned about the many historical monuments in Delhi in our history class. The fact that our capital is so historically rich fascinated all of us. We would love the opportunity to visit Delhi and see for ourselves the rich heritage of a capital city. We request that the school organize a study tour to Delhi for the same. I know you all are missing your study tours, your picnics. Yours obediently, and write your name. Fourth one, write a letter to the president of school council requesting him to organize an orchestra to collect funds for flood victims. Formal letter, write your name, class and section, leave a line, write the date, leave a line again, and write the president, school council, the St. Xaviers High School, Ward 3B, Adipur, and pin code. Dear sir, subject, request for organizing an orchestra. Band of musicians are known as orchestra to collect funds for flood victims. As you are aware that this year we had heavy rainfall in Kutch district, due to which many low-lying villages are severely affected by flood. So we, the students of Standard 8, thought of organizing an orchestra to collect funds for flood victims. In our school there are so many talented singers and musicians. We can ask them to showcase their talents on the stage. They will also get an opportunity to perform. This program would only be for Xavierites and their family members. We can charge an entry fee of ₹25 per person. The amount collected can be given to the flood victims. It's my humble request to kindly look into the matter and do the needful. Yours sincerely, and you will be writing your name. So 4 letters are over. Now you will be writing all the 4 letters in your notebook. So thank you children, and may God bless you. Bye.